Twisted-Wonderland Master Chef the Culinary Crucible, raising the stakes. So this is the first Master Chef event for Twisted English. I'm kind of surprised it came out this early, but I'm going to give you a guide on this event in a nutshell. So this event has two options that you need to start from, which is the Culinary Crucible Ingredients Excursions and the Culinary Crucible Cooking. So in order to cook, you need to get ingredients. So you need to go on these excursions, and when you click the excursion option, you will find a bunch of different options. They're kind of blacked out right now because I have a excursion going on. Normally, you will pick where you want to go. I recommend doing the meat one regularly because all the recipes in this event involve meat, because this Master Chef's main ingredient is meat. So once you select an excursion, then there are different time slots, and depending on what time slot you pick, how long you want to go on that excursion, it will change the amount of rewards, whereas 20 minutes yields the least amount of rewards, typically the bronze level ingredient, and the 360 minutes will typically result in the largest amount of rewards. The amount of ingredients you obtain is random, it's a little RNG based. So like on these expeditions with the cabbage, onion, potato, the one with like multiple ingredients, it's kind of random which ones you will get. So you may have to do them multiple times to get a certain ingredient. Do note that you can only send out one expedition team at a time, and they must include Dirudu and Silver in the team, so the event is a little time oriented. You cannot speed up these expeditions. If you're trying to maximize your amount of rewards, do plan accordingly. Other than that, you can casually enjoy the event and get ingredients. The last two ones, the chicken coop and the windmill, will unlock when you reach a certain amount of culinary tokens, and to get the culinary tokens you have to do the cooking part of the event. Once you achieve that, which is 100 for the chicken coop and 300 for the windmill, you can go on these excursions. So once you get the ingredients, you can go to the cooking page, and the cooking page will take you to all the recipes you can make. And for this Master Chef, the recipes are cabbage rolls, beef stew, steak, tomato simmered chicken, meat pie, Salisbury steak, cutlet, Bolognese rice gratin, and croquettes. Do note that the ingredients have 3 levels: bronze, silver, and gold. Gold being the highest, bronze being the lowest. And you will gain skill level equivalent to the star rating you get for the recipe. So there's recipes range from 1 star, 2 star to 3 star. And if you use higher level ingredients, you have a higher chance of getting a higher rating for that dish you are making. So now I'm going to read the recipes. In case you didn't know, this information does come from Wikipedia, so I will link the Twisted Wiki in the description if you want to look it up. Otherwise, you can follow what I just say in the video. The first recipe, cabbage rolls, uses meat, cabbage, and onion. Beef stew uses the meat, potato, carrot, and the demi-glace sauce. Steak uses the meat and garlic. Tomato simmered chicken uses meat, onion, tomato, and the consomme. Meat pie uses the meat, onion, carrot, and the pie shell. Salisbury steak will use the meat, onion, milk, and the breadcrumbs. Cutlet will use the meat, flour, breadcrumbs, and egg. The Bolognese rice gratin uses the meat, rice, cheese, tomato. And finally, the croquettes will use the meat, potato, onion, breadcrumbs, and egg. And that is it for the recipes. So next I'm going to talk about the dishes themselves. So every time you make a dish, you will increase your skill level for that dish. As you can see, cabbage rolls has a skill level of 12% with a high score of 9, and it has a 1-star rating. So depending on when you cook, in this case, when you cook, there will be different judges, and the judges will rate your dish, and depending on how high they're rating, you will either get a 1-star, 2-star, or 3-star. And you will get not only tokens proportionate to that score, but you'll also get your skill level raised for that proportion for what they give you. In this case, so after you watch the judges, you will see this screen with the results. So I got 4% skill up because it was a 1-star dish. 2-star dish will raise your skill level by 8%, and 3-star dishes will raise your skill level by 12%. You also get culinary tokens equivalent to your total score. So I got 14. So I got 14 culinary tokens. During this event, the judges, there is a pool of judges from the Twisted cast that will rate your dishes. For this MasterChef event, the judges include Viru, Malleus, Jamiru, Idia, Jack, Floyd, Crawley, Vargas, Trey, and Deuce. Now, there are 3 categories for these judges. There's the picky eaters, there's the semi-picky eaters, and then there's the really lenient eaters who are not picky. The picky eaters will give you in low scores, while the lenient non-picky eaters will give you high scores. And then the group in the middle will give you a mid-range score, not low nor high. So in this case, the picky eaters for this time are Viru, Malleus, Jamiru, and Idia. You will generally see low scores from them until you raise your skill level, higher level ingredients for the dish, the gold level ingredients. The semi-picky eaters, the ones in the middle, are Jack and Floyd. They will generally give you a average score in between the low and the high. And finally, the non-picky eaters, very lenient eaters, are Crawley, Vargas, Trey, and Deuce. They will generally give you high scores, and you can typically, if you get all 3 lenient eaters at once, then you can get a 3-star dish very quickly. So, as you progress in the event, you will get the culinary tokens. These culinary tokens can be used to buy things from the shop. So if you go to the shop, you will see that there are 2 shops, the Culinary Crucible token shop and then the magical key from the Culinary Crucible shop. So you can spend your tokens at the Culinary Crucible shop to buy any of the items. If you have 1,300 tokens, you can use that to buy the limited SR magical key specifically for this event. When you buy that key, then you can go to the other Culinary Crucible shop and you can either buy Ridoru or silver. So you can get a free Ridoru silver from this event. Otherwise, you can try your luck at the gacha system for getting them for this event. If you do get them, they will benefit. So when you send Ridoru and silver, those 2 cards specifically on excursions, they will give you bonuses. So if you want that, you can take advantage of that. Otherwise, you can just send any of the Ridoru and silver cards when you make your excursion teams. So that is going to be it for this event guide in a nutshell about the Culinary Crucible Raising the Stakes event. In other words, Twisted Master Chef. I hope you found this useful, and I'll see you next time. Bye!